Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with my dog, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. We both have, if you're not watching the screen and you're listening to the pod, we got some exciting stuff behind us. For me, Joel Embiid was out there looking like Hakeem Olajuwon mixed with Michael Jordan, mixed with Kobe, mixed with everybody. Hit 59.7 blocks, near quadruple double. He went 26 points in the fourth quarter. Pretty damn good. And then you look at A-Rod's screen. What do you know? The Bills are ranked are seated below the Jets and the Dolphins. And if the Jets would have just played one more extra game, they already have their bye week. The Jets, who have already beaten the Dolphins and the Bills, would be in first place in the AFC East. What do you know? And the man A-Rod told me over the summer, 4 games, maybe. He's eating crow, but at least it's good crow that he's eating.
It's the most tastiest crow I've ever eaten, and I love it.
That's some good-ass crow.
It is some good-ass crow, man. Yeah, man, all you Dolphins fans, pump the brakes. I know you won in the division, but we beat you. So if we win, we get our scores tied up, we could leapfrog you as long as we keep winning.
But you know what Dolphins fans are going to say?
Oh, man.
Who y'all beat, Teddy or the other one?
Doesn't matter. We knocked Teddy.
Beat Tua the God.
We knocked Teddy out first play of the game and got a safety. So
but y'all beat Tua the God.
Tua could have been like this with us.
Hey, chill. Too soon. Next season.
It's good though, man. I'm happy with it. I'm even happy for Dolphins fans that it's not the Bills, because Bills fans are. We'll get to that.
What do Bills fans ever? Dog, name a Bills fan that you personally know.
I know quite a few Bills fans, and they're pretty obnoxious.
Bills fans? I know one Bills fan, and I mean, it's not Bills fans are the nicest people in the world, but they sent didn't they send money to who was the quarterback for Cincinnati when they knocked out whoever they need to knock out?
That was nice, yeah.
They do shit like that all the time. They take care of your charity.
As a whole, meet some Bills fans in the Tampa Bay area. They're just drunken, obnoxious people that
I gotta meet them.
Go to Patio. Patio's a Bills bar. Go check it out.
Oh, it is a Bills bar. That is right. It's also a Gator bar. And the last time I was there, Georgia was whooping that ass.
It was.
Anyway, sports. Yay, sports, man. Sports is fun. Sports is what keeps me going during the day, at night when I'm just sad and depressed. Even when my team blows their undefeated record like I predicted them to. I've been saying this for weeks. We're going to lose to the Commanders. If y'all just listen to me, y'all might win some money off of me, man. I'm giving y'all good advice, man. I'm telling you what was going to happen because I'm an unbiased, coerced fan. I just gave y'all the real. But it was an exciting weekend last week of sports. A lot of shit going on. We're like on day 21 of football in a row for like college and NFL or whatever. The weather's starting to drop a little bit. It's starting to get dark real early again. It's starting to feel like that time of year again. So let's get to it. What's going on in your world, A-Rod, from a happiness of sports world or a sadness of sports, or what's something that's popped out to you recently that you're like, all right, this is something.
My team.
Any sport. You can pick any sport. I just want to kick it off with a little intro.
I mean, obviously the Jets, that's the biggest one for me. I didn't have this much faith in them, but they're proving me wrong.
Jalen Brunson?
I was going to say the Knicks yesterday went off and they beat the Jazz. I mean, we were making fun of the Jazz to be a shitty team, but they're one of the best teams in basketball right now. But we took care of that. And the Yankees got busy and they brought back Rizzo so far. So make it Judge, and I'm a happy man. So making moves.
Well, let's pump the brakes on Judge a little bit. That was gonna take a little bit of time. You gotta let that one massage a little bit. For me, the Sixers are still kind of like hovering around that 500 mark, but Embiid is a dog. The Eagles finally got that L out the way, so I don't have that pressure no more on me to go undefeated. And Bryce Harper getting surgery, so hopefully that doesn't keep him out too long. One knock on his career, if anything, him and Trout, honestly, they just they get these injuries that just keep nagging at greatness, honestly. But
come back healthy for the next season. Exactly. Get
that's
it done.
all I want is come back healthy next season. If you're a Rays fan, y'all don't lost the whole team or something. I don't know who. Everybody's just they made hella moves already. Like it's crazy.
They did. Basically, it's going to be a whole Hispanic team next year, and I kind of like that until they make some signings. We'll see who they sign, but
I know y'all gonna miss Kiermaier. I know his batting average is like 1,700, but I mean, so 170. But hey,
major league looks with minor league talent. That's what Plus said best, and I love it. That's the best way to describe it.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
He's not. He was.
I know, but he was like like an energy for the team.
Longest tenured player at the time. Yes.
Yeah. I heard they want to bring back Longoria. That's not happening. Anyway, let's dive into the NFL. Started early in Germany with the Bucks and the Seahawks. Ended with the what's his name, Taylor Heineke, pulling out all the stops.
Let that boy win. Let Taylor Heineke just be the starting quarterback. I hate why they keep trying this boy.
I would never understand why they assume that Fitzmagic and Carson Wentz and Alex Smith and every single person they keep trying. Like, yo, Taylor Heineke has the best connection with that team.
Exactly. And that's what
you love him.
They love playing for him. No one wants to go play for Carson.
But they almost knocked off Tom Brady doing that 2020 playoff run. They almost knocked him off.
And they beat him during the regular season.
And they did the very next year. So
let that boy win.
I don't have any issues with Ron Rivera. I don't have the issues with I don't have any issues with Washington whatsoever. My issues are with the Cowboys and the Giants. Washington's always been that team for me in which, like, we lose to Washington, we lose to Washington. I never get really angry about it. That's why I'm like, if I'm going to lose, I won't mind it being to Ron Rivera and that squad over there. So it is what it is. But some intriguing games. Obviously, we got to start off with that Vikings Bills. I don't know what. Give me one word to describe that game.
Jettas. That's what the word is. Jettas for sure.
Bro, I can't.
Jettas, man. That boy is amazing. And I told you, best receiver in the league. I was gonna say that's the best receiver in the league.
Listen, we drafted Jalen Reagor. Like, Howie Roseman has done a fantastic job making up for that horrendous mistake. But after watching, no offense, AJ Brown, I love you. I know you're a little banged up. 1 catch for 7 yards this Monday Night Football. And then I watched Justin Jefferson probably eclipse the OBJ catch. Yeah, it's like, damn, we passed up on that.
Two defenders and came down with it, man. I remember watching Bills fans, like, because I was around a bunch of Bills fans, and they were just like, their jaws dropped. They're like, there's no way he caught that. They were saying he didn't have control. I was like, bro, he had control. You're just being a hater right now. If I
was a Bills fan, I would have broke my TV. I would have broken hella tables like these Bills fans like to do. I'm also jumping on TV. I'm jumping on my DVD player, my PS4, my Blu-ray, my VHS. I'm breaking everything that I own. GameCube, Nintendo 64. Everything's got to break because they were up by a lot, like 20 points or something at one point. Or, bro, they were up. They were 14. Yeah, at halftime it was 30, 24 to 10 at halftime. 24 to 10 at halftime. How in the hell do you find a way to lose that game all at home?
We see this all the time in the NFL, and you got to give Kirk Cousins some flowers, bro.
Listen, Kirk Cousins is not a horrible quarterback.
He's just his own stat line. Like, they have like top tier quarterback, they have mid tier quarterback, they have rising stars, and they have like the Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I mean, look, the man bet on himself in Washington. He said, "All right, franchise tag." Went to Minnesota, got a fully guaranteed contract, got another fully guaranteed contract. Like, the dude is like an enigma or an anomaly or whatever the word you want to use. He got the 8 chains on him and Patrick Peterson. Like, I got to give it to him. I got to give it to Kirk, man. Kirk did his thing. But is it Kirk or is it Justin Jefferson? I don't know.
Someone's got to throw it to Justin Jefferson.
Somebody's got to throw it.
Somebody's got to throw it to him.
So. Yo, it's one of those things in which, like, you got that receiver, like, yo, he going to be there somewhere. Throw that bitch in the air.
No, but if you would have threw that to Thielen, Thielen wouldn't be able to do something like that.
Thielen
Thielen,
is not bad. Come on, man.
I'm not saying he's not bad.
He
I'm just
wouldn't be
saying,
able to do that.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
absolutely not.
Thielen is a great second fiddle.
Yeah.
Like Thielen was a second fiddle when Diggs was there, and they were thinking like Thielen was going to be the one. And Jefferson said, "Hold my beer. I'm going to show you why you drafted me in the first round." And Jefferson, they are not missing Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is a great receiver. He's probably top 3, but I'm still sticking with Justin Jefferson right now.
But that's the good thing. That was the good thing about getting rid of Stephon Diggs was that if you're gonna get rid of Diggs, you better replace him with somebody equal or better. And they found the guy. Thanks to the Eagles, they found the guy that was better, which was more power to him. That's what the Packers tried to do. They said, "Look, we'll let Devontae go, and we'll get somebody just as good as Devontae." Christian Watson looked the part this weekend, but he's obviously not Devontae Adams. But it was a fantastic game. I mean, speaking of Christian Watson, that was another good game. The Packers and Cowboys. Both of those went to overtime, right? Yeah. So like two really good overtime games. Aaron Rodgers got back on the horse. One thing about Aaron Rodgers, the Cowboys and the Bears, he got them. He could lose every game for the rest of his career, but the Cowboys and the Bears do not want to see that man.
He owns the Bears and he owns the Cowboys. I'm surprised he didn't give him my own. It is like we said it. I mean, I think we said all the time, like Aaron Rodgers is just like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. He's a guy you don't want to piss off. And I think losing 6 in a row was right there. And they kept talking about it. He's like, "This is not going to happen. Don't bet on this."
That's crazy. I mean, it is crazy when you think about it. Like Tom Brady lost 3 in a row this year. Aaron Rodgers lost 5 in a row this year. Russell Wilson is trash. Like the same Matthew Stafford, the Rams are not even going to make the playoffs this year. All these people, and I told you over the summer, the Rams are not making the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. Like I thought they were not going to. I thought the 49ers probably win that division and they would sneak in as a wild card. I don't even see that happening. Like you got Gino over there leading the division. Like, come on now.
I still got faith in the Rams.
What? Cooper Kupp is out.
I still got faith in them. I think
Cooper Kupp is out for the next 4 weeks.
I still think I got faith.
Who the hell are they throwing the ball to?
It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen still.
Tell me what's going to happen? Matthew Stafford is looking like Detroit again.
We didn't think Seattle would be in the position that they're at, okay?
But they're there. And they should have beat the Bucks.
I'm still calling it with the Rams somehow making it into the playoffs. I don't know about winning the division, but I still think they make the playoffs.
I'm very close to be like, yo, let's put some money on that right now. And I'm not that type of person. But I'm willing to wager.
I'm not a money betting guy only because of J.R. Smith. So I'll never bet money ever again because of J.R. Smith.
What's the story on J.R. Smith?
Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
That's the game you betted on?
I know someone who bet on it, and I saw them lose a lot of money. I was like, I can only imagine.
Because he got the rebound, didn't know how much time was on the clock?
They won that game. It was because of J.R. Smith that they lost that game.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
It was because of George Hill for not making his free throws.
Even at that, it was
you're an 86% free throw shooter.
Let's not get into it. Let's just not get into it. That's why I don't bet sports, because I saw someone lose a lot of money because of that. So I was like, damn.
They bet against Golden State though. That was their fault.
Yeah.
You bet against Kevin Durant's Golden State. But anyway, back to football. What else was exciting? I mean, the Bucks Seahawks game was whatever. Lions Bears.
You gotta give Justin Fields his flowers.
No. We're gonna get to a topic after this when we start giving our apologies out. Because I don't know if I gotta apologize to Justin Fields, but the world has to apologize to Mr. Fields. So we're gonna get to that. Patrick Mahomes looks like the MVP right now for sure. The dude is on another level. Like, let's be honest. He's definitely the best quarterback in the NFL. I don't care about no Josh Allen bullshit. I don't want to hear it no more. I've been saying it. I'm tired of people. Ever since the playoff game that he lost to Patrick Mahomes, everyone's like, Josh Allen's the guy. You can't convince me otherwise. No, Patrick Mahomes is still that dude. Tua's looking fantastic. That's another apology that might be coming soon. The Steelers got the best of the Seahawks. TJ Watt is back.
Jeff
Let's talk.
Saturday. Jeff Saturday first win.
That was about to get to. Can you know what? Let's start our apologies right now. I got to apologize to Jeff Saturday. The world needs to apologize to Jeff Saturday. I understand the man had no coaching experience in the NFL, and the man was on ESPN last week, and his high school football team that he coaches is not that great. But come on, man. How the hell does actually no? Would you want to do hot seat first? Coaches on the hot seat or apologies? Because this is a two-part for me. What's his name from the Patriots to Vegas? What's his name? The coach
Daniels.
Yo,
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels is what 2-7. Versace or whatever his name was last year took over from Gruden and got that team to the playoffs. And this team got better over the summer, and they're 2-7. And they took on a Colts team who picked up a coach in the middle of the week who has no NFL coaching experience whatsoever. And the Raiders were the home team. And they lost. They lost. Yo, I am so sorry, Jeff Saturday, on behalf of everybody who doubted you. Damn. And McDaniels, what the hell is going on in Oakland? In Las Vegas. I mean, Devontae Adams left Aaron Rodgers for this nonsense to go play with his college teammate.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was backing Jeff Saturday. I said, if anybody, like, I told you, he has.
Give me Reggie Wayne. He's on the staff.
That's
Reggie
dope.
Wayne's on the staff already.
That's dope. That's dope. We like to see that. But that's what, like, identity. Identity is what they were missing, and I don't think Wright had that with them. So you get identity in there, and Jeff Saturday is the kind of guy that's just like, hey, I'm not going to be here a long time, but I'm going to get you guys into a winning culture, and we'll see what happens. And if they decide to keep him, everybody needs to shut up and let the man coach, because he turned it around. But that division is weak. He should be able to do well in there. And I tip my hat to the guy. He came in there very humble, called the right plays, won that game. It's just, I think Josh McDaniels has been living in the Belichick shadow for way too long, and he needs to stay there.
That's all of them.
Remember when he went to the Broncos? He didn't do well there.
Same shit. I mean, he started off well, and then it went nosedive. Then the Colts, which is what makes this like feel so much better. Because you know, I'm all about karma, and I'm all about all that stuff, right? The Colts gave him a job, and he took the job, and then came back a couple of days later and said, "I don't want the job no more," because everyone thought he's going to be the disciple to Bill Belichick. So not only did he turn his back on the team that gave him a job, he goes and then he still goes takes another coaching job. And then the first time they have an interim coach, he beats him. Like it's all beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch. But here I don't know if it's a hot take or whatever take. I'll take it. I don't care. You can throw all the bullets at me when I'm gonna say what I'm about to say. Andy Reid is a better coach to me than Bill Belichick. I said it. Because part of being a good coach is developing your other coaches as well. Andy Reid's coaching tree is phenomenal. Okay? Bill Belichick's coaching tree, they all are trash. All of them. All of them are garbage. I mean, I'm trying to think who is actually good from his coaching tree that's in the NFL. Vrabel? He's a good coach. He just coaches in a bad division.
Doesn't matter. He's been the number one seed going into the playoffs.
So one out of 20 coaches that Bill Belichick has made coaches.
Listen, I agree with you in developing talent. Now, who's got more rings? Bill Belichick. If I'm Bill,
who had more rings? Tom Brady. Because Bill Belichick was a fantastic defensive coordinator with the Giants. He went to the Browns to the Browns, didn't do shit, right? He wasn't going to do shit in New England unless Tom Brady walked through that door to support that amazing defense that he had. Because two things can be true. You could be a fantastic defensive coach, right? But to coach, to identify Tom Brady to be who he became, that took offensive coordinators. That Bill Belichick was not spending no damn time with Tom Brady. Let's be honest, okay? I'll give Bill Belichick his defensive prowess, of course, right? But Andy Reid develops coaches. Like, I'm about to pull up Andy Reid's coaching tree.
You don't have to. I know it's
Sean McVay is one of them. Who else? Ron Rivera, Frank Reich, yeah, that kind of flamed out a little bit. Doug Peterson, Super Bowl winner. Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills. John Harbaugh, Baltimore. Like, he knows how to develop coaches and talent. I mean, look at Mahomes. Mahomes is a dog. Donovan McNabb looked fantastic. Michael Vick came out of prison and came back to the league and won comeback player of the year. Like, come on. Like, this is all Andy Reid. All Bill Belichick does is have fantastic defenses and Tom Brady. Let's be honest. Like, come on. So, like,
I say it's 50-50 on that, on Brady and Belichick.
I used to say it was 65-35 Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. After further review, I'm flipping that. Tom Brady did more for Bill Belichick than Bill Belichick did for Tom Brady. All Bill Belichick did was give him a chance. He gave him a chance, and Tom Brady ran with it. That's how I see it.
I'm going 50-50. Anyways, moving on. Let's go with hot seats right now. You got to look at McDaniels as one of the biggest ones right now.
You think they'll get rid of him that quickly though? Somebody
they already stood behind him and said they're not, but that's one guy I'm looking at is McDaniels, and I'm looking at Kingsbury for the Cardinals, because I told you there's something not right.
They just beat the Rams.
I know, but there's still not something right over there. Like, I feel like him and Kyler aren't on the same page, and everybody's kind of writing off Kingsbury. I just feel like that's a guy that's not there.
I mean, they just got their boy Hopkins back. Marquise Brown's on his way back. I think right now they sense this is what the NFC West is right now, right? You got the Seahawks, who are on record a good team, but let's be honest, they not scaring nobody, right? You got the 49ers, who are a fantastic team, but they don't know how to do. They're like, for whatever, to me, they're too reliant on the greatness of Kyle Shanahan, because Jimmy G is not him. Okay, they're not going to be healthy come playoff time. We just know that's what's going to happen. But Kyle Shanahan knows how to call a damn game, right? And you look at the Cardinals. They got DeAndre Hopkins. They got Marquise Brown. They have Rondale Moore. Kyler Murray is fine. If they don't have Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy is fine. The defense, they have the players. To me, I know that was a big win. Now they got to deal with San Fran. I mean, the schedule is tough. So chances are, based on their schedule, they got San Fran, Chargers, Patriots, Broncos, Falcons, Bucks, and 49ers again. They could go 2-6, and then Kingsbury got to get out the building. But if they can find a way to turn this shit around against those opponents, I mean, they just gave him a contract extension over the summer. Him and Kyler Murray are attached at the hip. That's the way I see it. But I don't know. I mean, you make a good point.
Identity.
But Nathaniel Hackett is.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel Hackett.
Bounds.
I think he's the one that's got to go. And it sucks to have a first-year tenured head coach and be gone, but it doesn't look like anybody's on the same page here. And the talent is there. And you kind of got rid of some of the talent when you got rid of Chubb. Like, they should have kept Chubb and made a run with it, and they were just like, I don't think it's going to happen.
They gave up. They just, bro, come on, man. Like, you come off a bye week and you lay an egg like that against who they play? Like, they play the Titans. I don't remember who they play. Like, their games are so boring. Who do they play? They played they played the Titans, right? Scored 10 points off of a bye week. 10 points. Come on. Like, I am so just like confused as to what happened to Russell Wilson. Hackett was a horrible hire. But that whole situation, they should. If I was them, I would have fired him already. Personally, they're like, he does not know what he's doing. He looks incompetent. Like, McDaniels, Look, man, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Man, I don't know, but Hackett, because the only reason why they got him because they thought Aaron Rodgers was coming with him. That's the only reason why. Clearly, Aaron Rodgers is not coming, so why do you still have him for? Like, get rid of him. But I mean, that's just me. Outside of them two, anybody else for you?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of shaking around with the AFC or the NFC South. I feel like the Falcons will probably move on.
Falcons won't move on.
I think they will.
They
I think
definitely won't.
That guy's vanilla yogurt. Panthers are going to look for a new head coach too. I think
Panthers. Yo, I think somebody got to go get Sean Payton. If the Raiders had some balls, the Raiders would be the perfect team for Sean Payton. If they had some balls to be like, McDaniel, you got to go. That to me would be a situation where I'm all right. Because like him going to Carolina, because I heard that was like a rumor they should go get him. But what the hell does he go? What the hell is Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and PJ Walker? No offense to any of those three, but he went from Drew Brees to that. Hell no. Derek Carr is not that much better, but damn, at least he's better than those three. And you got Devontae Adams and Darren Waller when he's healthy and Renfro and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's not going to go there. That'd be dumb.
How about Matt LaFleur?
That's an intriguing one. I like that one, but I feel like they invest. The Packers are a mess. They're like sloppy date night mess.
Yo, so were you able to watch that game?
He said something to LaFleur, and
he said run the damn ball, idiot. But the fourth quarter, right? There was 1:30 left on the clock for the Packers to go in the fourth quarter to go score a touchdown, right? The Tom Brady's and the Aaron Rodgers and the Patrick Mahomes that I know, that's way too much time. Matt LaFleur decided to play it safe because he didn't want to give the ball back to Dak Prescott. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time from a talent standpoint, everything. Multiple-time MVP, and you're going to play it safe? That's what lost him the game against Tampa Bay in the playoffs 2 years ago because they didn't want to go for it on fourth down. That's what lost him against San Francisco last year, and that's what's going to cost him again this year. Like, the game is right in your hands. You have 1:30 and Aaron Rodgers. Like, Christian Watson's been balling all game. Do something. I don't know, man. Like, to me, Matt LaFleur, and then my last one is the Chargers head coach.
Yeah, he's kind of like suspect.
He's garbage. He's holding Justin Herbert back. I mean, Justin Herbert. Let's be honest, okay? You watch Tua, you watch Herbert, and Tua's having a fantastic season. But Herbert is a dog. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you wasting this man's time? So that to me.
He doesn't have wide receiver help. I get that, but still, like, you can make these other guys around him better. Josh Palmer's no slouch.
Bro, Tom Brady threw the ball to who?
I know, but what do we talk about? We try to compare too many players to Brady and Rodgers. They make
that's true. That's
good.
True.
I believe Justin Herbert is that type of player, but maybe not right away.
You're right. No.
He's making Palmer look really, really good out there. Don't get me wrong. He's making Josh Palmer look like an amazing receiver. When Keenan Allen comes back and Mike Williams come back this week, we're not going to see Josh Palmer at all. Like, he's going to disappear.
Can I give like a little fantasy football thing? So for whatever reason, I drafted all these players that got hamstring issues or something. Meanwhile, Brian Robinson got shot in August and just ran through the Eagles the other day. Just ran through us. And has been running through teams all season. Meanwhile, Keenan Allen can't come back. Darren Waller can't come back. I'm like, yo. But again, remember I told y'all last week about my kickball injury. I couldn't play last night. It does nag. Like, I've been trying every Rice method, heat, compression, ice, everything. The hamstring is a horrible injury to have. So I'll give them their credit. But damn, I'd much rather got shot in my knee than my hamstring go bad like this. Like, damn.
That's too funny, man.
Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, who are we apologizing to in the NFL? I can start. I got to apologize to Tua. Please, let me start. I don't know if you have the same sentiment as me because, he's in your division. I got to apologize to my dog Tua. First of all, after his second head injury, I was like, yo, that dude needs to retire. His body cannot take this punishment anymore. What is the NFL doing, letting him be back on the field so quickly? And then he backs it up with 3 straight 130-yard passer yard rating games. And the Dolphins look fantastic. So I got to apologize to Tua first and foremost. You go ahead.
I mean, I was on the Tua train. I was like, just get him some help. I've been saying that.
That's always your thing too. Get him some help. Get him some help. Me, yeah. Roll Tide. You know me. I'm a closet Bama fan, so I love Tua coming out in college, but he hadn't shown me nothing until this point.
I've always believed in Tua. They just had to get him help, and they finally did it. If I had to make my one apology, I have two. One will go with the obvious, the New York Jets. I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm very sorry I doubted you.
I'm proud of you for I'm proud of you.
I knew the draft was great. I didn't once ever disagree with any of those moves. I thought the offseason was poor, except for bringing in Tomlinson, but it all works and it's working, and keep going. So I'm sorry for doubting you, because I thought we were going to get 4 wins and we're at 6 now. So let's get 6 more while we're at it.
Is that 6 more?
Yeah, I guess 6 more.
Oh, you're trying to go. Okay.
My big one though is definitely Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's my big apology.
Oh yeah.
Like I know you just lost to the Bucks, but you gave him a fight at the end. It looked really shitty until like the fourth quarter when they started to come back on him. But Pete Carroll definitely, like, we thought it was, they fucked up getting Russ and they were going to the cellar, but
yep.
Pete Carroll put together a hell of a team. And Geno Smith, I'll give you an apology too, man, because I've always hated you. I still don't like you, only because of what you've done in the Jets organization.
What pick did y'all draft him at?
He was second round day 2 pick, and he was like 4th in the second round or 5th.
Okay.
But hey, man, hell of a quote, and way to ride the pine until it was your time to come out, man. I got to give him credit for that. So,
okay.
Those are my 2 good apologies.
Trying to think who else I want to apologize. I mean, yeah, the world needs to apologize to Justin Fields. No, the Bears need to apologize to Justin Fields, because they finally said, "Go ahead, go beat Justin Fields." Thank you. Like, God, if you got him in fantasy, geez Louise, like the dude does everything. He's like a mini Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen already. So, like,
he's a good quarterback. They just had to, like, stop babying him and telling him what to do. Let him play football.
Yeah.
And let him try and manage the offense the way he wants to. The thing about football is, like, with the coordinators, like, I get when you get a young quarterback, you want him to do everything the coordinator says, but there's got to be some times where he goes on his own and the coordinator is like, okay, you do that. Kind of like how Harbaugh and Jackson have that relationship. You want to go for it? Okay, go.
They have a fantastic relationship. I love the relationship.
They do. And if the Ravens are smart, you never get rid of either of those guys for a long time. You got a good thing going there, and it's continuously happening. But they just had to let the kid go, because we're expecting him to throw to Mooney all the time. We're expecting him to get it to Kmet all the time. And he'll get there, but if the run game isn't going the way you want it to go and you have this perfectly scripted play, let the kid improvise. Let him go in there and do his audible and change everything up and go. So Bears have to apologize to Fields. The rest of the world, we knew it was there. I'm not apologizing because I knew it was there. They just had to let him go and play the fucking game. So,
you know, the craziest stat for me is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's the 6th ranked rushing leader in the NFL, Justin Fields. 6th.
Really?
Saquon 931, Derrick Henry 923, Chubb 904, Josh Jacobs 821, Dameon Pierce 772. Justin Fields has outran Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders, Travis Etienne, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Taylor. Like, he's the 6th ranked running back from a yard standpoint in the NFL, and they just let him loose 3 weeks ago. So the kid has ability. And And I mean, again, I've watched as a Michigan fan, you watch Ohio State. That's just what you have to do. You have to see what they're about because you got to play them at the end of the year, right? I said it was Zeke when they had Zeke. When Wisconsin had Jonathan Taylor, I said it with him. And then when I watched Justin Fields, quarterbacks in Ohio State never do shit in the NFL. That's just like a consensus, right? I was like, but this kid Justin Fields though, that kid could do something in the NFL because the ability is definitely there. And what they did for him in Ohio State, they gave him a track team and they said, go deliver. They got Mooney. Komet is a fantastic tight end. They went and got Claypool, who can only run route. But hey, that's college for you to all run route anyway. So the best thing, and back to my coaching thing with Andy Reid. Andy Reid said this in a report once that what makes Andy Reid so good is that he saw Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid runs his West Coast offense as it is, right? But he said he watched film in games of Patrick Mahomes in college. It was like, what I did was I incorporated what he did in college with what I'm going to run here with the Chiefs. And that's why Patrick Mahomes is a dog. Meanwhile, you got coaches that are trying to force you to do something that you're not. Don't handicap a quarterback and expect him just to excel in your offense. What made him great? Keep doing that, and that's what's gonna help kids like Justin Fields and a lot of these young quarterbacks coming up. So, definitely big ups to Fields. I'm trying to think of anybody else I want to apologize to. That's about it. I apologize to Washington. Yeah, I apologize to y'all because people didn't think y'all could beat us. Y'all beat us. I was sad, but I wasn't sad because
don't apologize to them, bro.
Because
if anything, Washington needs to freaking lick their wounds and apologize to Taylor Heineke because that's the only man that can get them somewhere.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, but think about it. Washington is such a shitty organization with everything going on with Snyder and Jeff Bezos wants the team now, and the stadium was the worst stadium in the NFL, and it's everything with Washington is just bad. So, and then Ron Rivera just lost his mother a couple of days ago as well. So and he's a cancer survivor. So it's to me, I can just never hate Washington. It's just hard for me. So, but I'll instead of apologize, I'll big them up. How about that? I'm bigging y'all up. Congratulations on letting me not have to worry about scaring the Miami Dolphins fans and going undefeated and all that bullshit. So we got it out the way. It's a whole new season. Let's tip the cap and move on. All right, let's move on to some National Basketball Association. And it's going to be heavily focused on the Brooklyn Nets because...
When is it not? Them or the Lakers?
Because... whoa. We already, there's so much good stories going on in the NBA. Luka Doncic is amazing. Jason Tatum is amazing. I like the direction the Knicks are going in. There's some teams that need to get healthy. Zion needs to stay healthy. LeBron's getting old. Anthony Davis had a fantastic game the other day, and it's just like the what's that team? Cleveland looks fantastic. Utah, for whatever the reason, they look okay. There's a lot of good. Sacramento dropped 153 in regulation yesterday against Brooklyn, and that brings me to Brooklyn. So they got rid of because we didn't get into it enough. So they got rid of Steve Nash. They didn't hire Udoka. They got Jacques Vaughn now. Everything is just it's just chaos over there. Kyrie Irving is finishing up his suspension, and they got him going through the ringer. Look, I don't agree with Kyrie Irving said and did, and how he went about it, but they treating this man like he killed somebody. He made a dumb young person error. Don't.
But how many does he have to make? He's literally the boy who cried.
What have we been saying?
We say it all the time.
He's not a bad dude. He's just not wise.
He's not. But still, you got to learn your lesson somehow. So this, I get it. I'm fine with everything they're doing to him. But the media just dragging him through the mud and all this shit. Okay, tone it down a bit.
Yeah, tone it down a little bit.
tone it down a bit. It's just
He's not Kanye. Like, come on. Kanye is on another level of insanity.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Chappelle said it best in his
Yo, I still haven't watched it yet.
His opening monologue.
The monologue, I still haven't watched it yet.
Well, all he said was just like Kanye said so much that he even got Kyrie in trouble. So, like, it's the truth. Like, Kyrie, bro. If I'm Kyrie Irving, like, I'm literally probably the most self-centered person in the league when it comes to my thoughts, not things that I do, because he does a lot for the community. I'm not going to piss on that. He's very, very active.
And that's the thing. He does.
He does. But when he speaks, he feels like he's the most intelligent person in the room. Fucking Copernicus could be there and he could be saying, well, I know how to solve math equations and you don't. I mean, obviously 5 minus 4 is 1, but why isn't it chair? It could be chair. Like,
say that one more time. You're absolutely right. He always goes against the grain, no matter what. Everything's a conspiracy theory. Everything is. He's the smartest guy in the room.
He is. He's the smartest guy in the room with no education.
Like, he wanted to do. What you mean?
Didn't graduate though. One and done.
He played 7 games at Duke. What you talking about?
One and done. And I don't give a fuck if you graduate or not. That means nothing to me.
I know.
But when you come out and you say the Earth is flat, and then you have people come up to you that are literally like, bro, it is not flat. Like, you got to get off this theory. And he's like, I never said it was flat. Y'all just thought that. And then throws on these different conspiracy theories of stuff and all of these different side roads. And bro, like, I'm over talking about Kyrie Irving.
I have a question.
Like, if I'm Kyrie Irving, like, literally what I'm doing when I come back, answer your questions to the minimum. Marshawn Lynch that shit. I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Exactly.
And be done. Play basketball, go win that championship, and just shut up. Like, I don't want to say shut up and dribble, bro. I don't want that for you. But like, every time you open your mouth, it's just we have something to talk about on the show. And I'm sick of talking about Kyrie Irving because, like we always say, he means well. He means so well. He's just misguided and ill-informed on everything that he says and doesn't think about the ramifications that are going to come after he opens his mouth and says something, because he is the smartest fucking person in the room, and I don't like those type of people. That's why I don't like Kyrie Irving, because I don't like the type of person that he is. That's the vendetta with him.
Yeah, it's first of all, I gotta I don't want to make this, about LeBron or whatever, but you gotta give LeBron credit. That man won a championship with this dude. This dude would not show up, would be away from his team for would not speak to his own teammates for 2-3 weeks at a time while they're going for a championship run. And the man made it to 3 straight finals with him and then the 4th one without him. Like, Kyrie is a difficult human being, interesting human being. I do think he's a smart guy, but he's one of those guys in which, how old is he? 29, 30? He's still trying to find himself. I don't really care what you follow and all that stuff, but like, he was saying, I can't be an anti-Semite if I know where I come from. So I'm assuming that he's saying that he's Jewish, right? By saying that, wasn't he like doing Ramadan like a couple months ago?
Bro, I don't get Kyrie Irving. The Muslim community denounces him, bro.
Like, I literally know for a fact that he was definitely doing Ramadan during the playoffs, only like 5, 6, 7 months ago, and then now he's like Jew. Like, again, that's not my business. I don't really care. But like, what that told me was that he still doesn't know himself yet, but he's living out his personal thoughts out loud in the public, right? And we've all been in our 20s before, and we all had shit that we're trying to figure out about our lives. But the difference between you and I is that a lot of the shit we internalized or kept, talk to a therapist, or we do this with that and the third. And a lot of his shit is just out in the public, in the open. And, one thing I'll give him, give him a break on is that he's a public figure trying to live a private life publicly. And it's hard to do that. Like, trying to find yourself publicly is really hard to do. So I got to give him a little bit of a break on that. But at the same time, man, you would have just stayed with LeBron, man. You would have figured out your life a lot easier, because LeBron has been in the public since he was 15, 16 years old. And for the most part, he's handled himself pretty well. You know, he did the decision. He rose $1 million for the Boys and Girls Club by doing that, but that was his biggest knock. That was his biggest knock. And then his comments about China. But that's just because people, people just want to be, hate on everything he does. Outside of that, LeBron's been pretty buttoned up, and he has his opinions, and they're strong. They're very strong as well, but he knows how to channel them. And to me, Kyrie just needs to work on just figuring out how to channel that energy that he has. The problem that Kyrie has right now is that he's on a team with no leader. Ben Simmons is not a leader, and Kevin Durant just literally, unfortunately, because everything that they stand, like LeBron and them stand for, he literally just wants to shut up and dribble. Like, he's like, bro, I don't care about leading nobody. I just want to hoop. I just want to hoop, smoke weed, and go do my side hustles in the Bay Area and make some money off of tech. Right? Like, Kevin Durant is literally that one guy. All he really cares about, I just want to play basketball, right? And then his comments, I forgot with Bleacher Report, he's talking like he was dead ass. He dead ass said this about why he requested a trade over the summer. He called out his players by name. He said, when you look around, you got Royce O'Neal, Nick Claxton, Joe Harris, Seth Curry. That's why I asked for a trade. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if LeBron James said those exact words? And again, I don't want to be that guy.
Crucified. He'd have been crucified.
I don't want to be that guy, but can you imagine? All I got is Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr., George Hill, J.R. Smith, and what's his name? And Iman Shumpert, NBA Finals. Like, seriously, it's so hard for me because like Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are two players that I really appreciate their talent. I like some of what they say. I like where their head is at. I really want to like Kevin Durant a lot more. I really want to like Kyrie a lot more. But God, they say the dumbest shit. And people,
Kevin is blunt about it. Kevin is blunt about it, and like I got no beef with
Kevin.
I
don't mind his bluntness.
I got no beef with Kevin Durant because we knew that. He just decided to say it out loud. Y'all were mad at me because I wanted to trade. Well, here is why. Look at where we are right now. This is why I wanted to leave this team, because he said it. They look for the only motherfucker who's going to make a shot. They look for me to make the shot every time. They have no faith in themselves. And we say it all the time. Kevin Durant does not want to be a leader. He does not. He wants to hoop. Put him on a team with another superstar, and he'll take care of his role. He can play second fiddle while he is first chair.
How can you be that good and openly want to be the second fiddle? It's so anti what we're used to. I think that's what makes it so challenging to understand. But think about it. Were you Michael Jordan? That's your squad. I don't care how good Scottie could have been. That's Michael Jordan's team. Were you Magic Johnson? Kareem was like, here, this is yours. Like LeBron knows I am the guy. Even if I don't take the last shot, they know it's coming through me, and I'm going to make that decision who gets that last shot. Durant needs to understand, you got Seth Curry who can take a shot. You got Joe Harris who can make a shot. You got players that can shoot. But to say that they all going to look at me, what do you think Kobe dealt with for years? After Shaq was gone, it was just Kobe. Literally.
We're in an era of just bluntness now. Like, people are being blunt about stuff. And Kevin doesn't want to be there. We know that. He doesn't want to be there, and he's just voicing his frustrations because this team should be doing better than what they're doing. Who gets blown out by the Kings? Who gets blown out by the Kings?
They came back now. Chris Webber walking through them doors. Domantas Sabonis is here.
It's embarrassing, man. They're an embarrassing team to be playing at the level, and they're a team going through an identity crisis. It's like this is the perfect example that I give all the time. Identity crisis. Doesn't matter who's on your team. Look at the Broncos, for instance. Perfectly constructed roster. A head coach that has winning caliber, who with an organization as offensive coordinator that you think can excel and make this offense better. You got a brand new quarterback and a young team that's been playing together, and all they need is that quarterback. So why not get a Super Bowl winner? Why not get that guy and bring him there? And there is an identity crisis. Nobody is on the same page. Ownership thought they could get Aaron Rodgers. Well, we went and got Russell Wilson. It doesn't work.
The problem with that one was that ownership changed while they were in pursuit of Aaron Rodgers. Because they didn't get him. Then they got the Sam Walton family bought the team. That's why I thought Nathaniel Hackett.
John Elway is still there. But John Elway,
Elway is Elway. Yeah,
and the Nets are going through a sell too, aren't they? No. What's his face just bought them? The one guy, because the Russian dude sold it.
Oh yeah, Joe Tsai.
Yeah, Joe Tsai bought it. But the Nets are a shit show. You fire Nash, then you want to hire Udoka, and I still want to know what's going on there. Because there has to be a more greasy story of watching it
right now.
Yeah, it is bad. It is like Pepe Le Pew bad over there. So
do we know that for sure though? Or we speculated?
One can only assume because you were literally going to hire this guy.
Yeah.
And then you were like, maybe that's not a good idea. What made you think at the last second that's not a good idea?
Oh, by the way, last week I said I misspoke. I said NFL owners called him. I meant to say NBA owners and team execs called Brooklyn up. Like, don't do that shit. Don't stay away from that man. So it probably is bad. It probably is.
It's got to be really bad, man.
Yeah.
And the NBA family is very, very tight. They are very, very tight. I think out of all organizations, they're the tightest. Donald Sterling, they got that motherfucker out real quick.
Yeah,
like
look at Phoenix.
Yeah,
they forced him without even forcing him. They said, "Bro, you better set a damn team."
Brooklyn, I don't get. And then we can sit on the Ben Simmons thing. Like, what's up with this dude? He's got more fouls than he has field goals. More fouls than he has field goals. Can you believe that?
I don't think they heard you. Say it one more time.
More fouls than he has field goals. 39 fouls and 37 field goals.
And they wonder why we couldn't get it out the second round. The man, listen.
I've never seen somebody complain. Like, first off, you said it. A hamstring issue is a real thing, okay? Like, no matter what people say, what's going on with Ben Simmons? Is it his back? Or is it his hamstring? Or what is it? Exactly.
Upstairs.
It's all here. And he wants to play it on every little thing. I get it. Play through an injury. If it's severe, sit out.
Nah, bump that.
How much is Ben Simmons going to sit out?
Let me explain it to you. The brain is the most powerful organism, period, in your body. When he got surgery over the summer for his back, they said that his mental health and his mental capacity is what led to his back hurting. His brain is not allowing that man. Like, the dude's averaging 6, 6, and 6. Devilish numbers, bro. Like, he's not even the 5th best player on his team anymore. I'm taking Seth Curry over him. I'm taking Joe Harris. I'm taking Nick Claxton. I'm taking Royce O'Neal. I'm taking all these dudes before I even look at Ben Simmons. They got Kyrie Irving a couple weeks ago saying on the video, shoot. Like, bro, like, he stole the ball. And there was at one point, like, in the fourth quarter, after who they're playing, he stole the ball, had a free layup to the basket, only to turn around and give the ball to Kevin Durant and dunk. Bro, like, I don't know what happened to this man, but the man's like, and mental health, I take mental health very seriously, right? Kevin Love has mental health issues too. DeMar DeRozan has mental health issues too. A lot of NBA players have mental health issues too. They go see who they got to see, and they know how to separate what they need to separate, and they ball. Championship for Kevin Love during his issues. DeMar DeRozan is one of the better 2 guards in this league by, like, easily one of the better 2 guards in this league. And then you got Ben Simmons. Like, I don't care if you can't shoot, but you used to know how to make a layup. Now he's airballing layups. You used to know how to make a layup. You're 6'10", you can't make a layup.
I'm done defending Ben Simmons. That was the guy that like I thought was the second coming of LeBron. I thought he was going to be the next big thing. I thought they were going to give him the keys to the city. I thought he would be better than Joel Embiid, but no, he's not. He's
How
everything. And he's
mistaken we were. I was willing to give up the man behind me who dropped 59 points, 7 blocks, however many rebounds and assists, almost a quadruple double. I was willing to let Joel Embiid go so we could hold out to Ben Simmons at one point. Cause I'm like, no, Ben Simmons is Magic Johnson and LeBron James. He's him. Nah, bro. That man can't. And it's crazy what your brain can do, but like, and again, I'm all about mental health. That's my thing. But like, you can't use it as a crutch for every single issue that you have. And his mental is causing him to have these nagging injuries. Trust me, I have mental health issues. I know what it does. It's weird the shit that it does do to your body, but if that's what you can't be making $30 million a year. You're like, you can't be doing that and not playing. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, same thing with Kawhi. Like, Kawhi, I don't know if it's mental health or not, but the dude has been doing low management for 7 years now, and still is hurt.
Well, Kawhi literally has strong armed the NBA. He is strong. Actually, I shouldn't say the NBA. He strong armed the Clippers. He got everything that he wanted. He said, "If I don't want to play, I'm not going to play," and they're letting him play the way he wants to play. When he's ready, he'll come because they saw. Listen, I don't agree with it. I'm
offended. I'm honestly, and Kawhi's not a bad dude. Kawhi Leonard is bad for basketball. Is bad for the NBA. He what he's doing, he's making it okay to do what he does because he's been doing it for years now. The year that he won with Toronto in that 82 games, he only played 55. And he's not played more than that since then. Like, no, he's robbing the NBA. Like, you can't be paying somebody $40 million to play less. Like, think about it. If you were getting paid $40 million to do your job and you don't ever show up to work, why the hell is that okay? Like, there's people out there struggling, trying to nickel and dime, and you out here doing rehab every day. Like,
I agree with you. I mean, it goes back to like Kyrie taking off and all of that shit too. Like, it just shows the luxury that these players have to the organizations. Like, well, we don't want to lose you because then we'll go to the dark ages again. Like, you're selling our tickets. You're selling tickets for us, but people now are in hope to go to these games and hope to see Kawhi there or hope to see Kyrie there. And that's what sucks. Like, even LeBron James is old as fuck now, but he's still getting out there when he's healthy, and when he needs to sit, he sits.
Trying.
And when
Justin Verlander won AL Cy Young. So my bad, just to cut you off. So AL Cy Young, Justin Verlander, NL Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. Like, players can stronghold organizations that they play for, and that's more, in my opinion, that's more shame on the organization. That's more shame on them.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
It is, because at the end of the day, like, this is your employer. Yes, he's making your organization a lot of money, but there has to be some type of trust in both the employer and the player. Hey, I understand when you're hurt, you're out, you're rehab. That's understandable. But if you're Kyrie Irving and going to your sister's birthday party, or it's
Bruh,
and you
Alex Caruso
fights, like
Alex Caruso missed his sister's wedding to go play in a basketball game. His sister's wedding. Like, come on. OBJ and Van Jefferson knew they had a baby on the way. They said, "Nah, we're gonna play in this damn Super Bowl. We gonna play in this damn Super Bowl." And you know who this makes me appreciate the most, no matter what you think about him, and he's embracing his role off the bench, like I said he should.
Russell Westbrook.
Thank you. I said it a month ago. If the Lakers had any sense, and Russell Westbrook had any sense, bring that man off the bench and go win 6 Man of the Year. That man does not cheat the game. As bad as he plays sometimes and as erratic as he plays sometimes, and the dude is a top 75 player. He's averaged a triple-double 3 times or 4 times. He's an MVP. He's been to the finals 1 time. Like, give that man his flowers. That's somebody I want to apologize to as well. Like, that man does not cheat the game. And the way he plays, He should be hurt way more than Kyrie Irving and way more than Kawhi Leonard. The way he plays, and that's why I love Russell Westbrook. Like, as much as he stresses me out, that's why I love Russell Westbrook. You cannot tell me that man don't play to the last whistle.
And I'll give you that. Like, I definitely concur and agree with that. That's one thing that we don't appreciate Russell Westbrook for, is that he definitely does not cheat the game. And even when people call him out, he gets them really quick. Excuse me, what was that? And they come back down to earth real quick because he's from South Central. Don't fuck around,
bro. I love it's so like I love Russ so much. Like, he's such a good dude to me. Like, same thing like Kyrie. Like, he does get back to his community. He's always doing charitable stuff. Like, he's a good dude. He had a bad year, and everybody wanted to crucify him. And at times, I got mad too because LeBron's my boy. But like, LeBron, like Russ is just one of them dudes. I'm like, I don't care if he can't shoot. Think about it. He can't shoot either. He's still gonna get you 25, 10, and 10. Meanwhile, Ben Simmons is out here. My back, my leg, my brain, my heart. Vagina hurt.
Russ will never like piss me off because Russ comes in and day out and does his job, whether he wants to stand up for what he believes in and say I am the starter or succumb to the bench role finally. Kyrie, though, I can't. He'll always be like a rock in a hard place with me, man. I
feel it.
I want so much from him. Trust me. Like, I am not a Kyrie hater. I just don't like people who think they're better than other people.
Correct.
And
Correct.
This notion that the media is out to get you or trying to make you look stupid, bro, you are making yourself look stupid.
Yeah.
Because half of those guys in the NBA media, for the most part, they're fun guys to like fuck around with. They don't misconstrue words a lot. They're easy to talk to. I mean, you got to let them know what's up and what's not. Because if you tell Sham something or you tell Woj something, of course they're going to run with it. But other than that, they're very easy to talk to. They're very relatable people. Like, look at Zion the other night. They asked him that question about his defense, and he pulled that Drewski shit out. What'd you say about my defense? What'd you think about my defense? He rated it. He gave him a B+. He's like, okay, or B-. He said, okay, I can take that. We won the game.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like he was cool with it. Like, have fun with it, man. Don't think that these guys are all out to get you, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to see them 82 times of the year. You're going to see them 82 times. And then even in the playoffs, they're going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, have fun. Like, for real. Like, at the end of the day, like, I always wonder, like, if I was a professional athlete, how would I deal with the media? I would just, like, Shaq. Just be Shaq. Shaq had fun with the media. That's why the media loved Shaq, because though they asked Shaq some off-the-wall questions, Shaq came back with a joke, and they all laughed and moved on. Like, just like, don't take everything so personal. Like, they got a job to do. They do their job. You got a job to do your job. So that's just we'll leave it at that. I don't know what's next for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant out here saying what he got to say. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But at least I always thought New York Knicks were the most dysfunctional team in the state of New York from a basketball standpoint.
And the Nets into the conversation.
And then that's into the conversation. So they can have that title.
Listen, moral of the story, the Nets are a shit show right now. With all the talent they have on that team, and all the fucking accolades they have, it's a shit show over there. I would not be wanting to play over there at all. And I'm happy Blake Griffin got the fuck out of there and said,
and that's why Kevin Durant wants to follow suit. Because speaking of, never mind, I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. Anyway.
Hold on, real quick. As a Knicks fan, all I can do is laugh at all of this, because I thought we were the most unorganized team in New York, and look at them now. Like, I wanted both of these jokers. I wanted both of these jokers in Zion. I still want Zion. Correct. I don't want Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, though. I don't want either of them.
Yeah, because y'all will literally be, especially y'all be actually worse off than them, because it's New York. Brooklyn is one thing. The Knicks,
there's only, and we can get off this right after this, only two players that I could see KD playing with. Only two. Steph or LeBron. That is it. Not
even LeBron. It's literally just Steph.
No, I think he could play with LeBron.
Steph is the light-skinned brother that could just take everything.
I know, and I agree with that. I think Steph is more than to LeBron, but I bet you him and LeBron would gel fine, because he doesn't have to lead. LeBron knows where he's at.
Touche. Touche.
Kyrie is not a leader. Kyrie, this is a horrible comparison, and I'm not even gonna say that because
Yeah, don't say it.
I'll be freaking Kyrie Irving myself if I say it. Kyrie is a horrible leader. He's the president, but he's like saying weird shit.
But that's
He's
the
almost,
problem.
he's almost
Kyrie should not be the leader of that team. That should be Durant's team.
It should, but we know Kevin Durant does not.
And we know it's not because he don't want it. He clearly made that clear as possible. I am not trying to. I just want to get my ball and hoop. I'm gonna drop 30 and I'm gonna go home and play video games. And then go tweet some shit. That's what I want to do. It's just you never seen a player that talented. That's all they wanted to do is do that. So it's just unprecedented, but it is what it is.
It's shitty to see too. So
anyway, let's get off of basketball real quick. As we get closer to like the December, January, once the NFL starts to die down, we can dive a little bit more in depth with basketball because it's going to start to heat up a little bit. It's still real early. It's still Monday morning point guard with the NBA right now, but we'll see how things shake up after the new year, and we're going to see what it look like. Now, before we get to our NFL pick'ems, which I'm probably winning, I'm assuming I'm winning.
You're winning.
All right. I mean, I figured. I mean, I know what the hell I'm doing.
When I looked at it.
I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to get to some random shit because we don't ever talk about soccer or college football on this show. Like, it's I would like to sometimes, but it's like college football is the same shit every year. You know what to expect. Alabama and Clemson, right? Well, this year Alabama and Clemson are not going to make the playoffs. I don't think they will. So, have you been following along with the college football playoff whatsoever?
Yeah, I've been pretty in depth or in tune with it a lot this year. It's a good mix up this year. For the top four.
That's why I wanted to kind of just briefly touch on it real quick and kind of compare what's going on. Like, I always look at college football as like, what can I compare it to, right? You can't compare it to anything because it's a subjective sport. Like, you have people who vote who are going to be the top four teams. You know what I mean? Like, that makes zero sense to me. Same thing with basketball, but like when it comes to basketball, like college basketball and college baseball and all those other sports, their voting is less biased. It's less about history. It's less about all the other stuff. Whereas in college football, he plays in the SEC. All right, he gets extra credit. Clemson, they still got Dabo Sweeney. Oh, they got extra credit. I feel like this year, now that Alabama's lost twice now, Clemson got blown up by Notre Dame. TCU's undefeated. Georgia's looking fantastic again. Michigan, Ohio State. There's a lot of I want to say parity, but we're not going to have an Alabama-Clemson championship game, nor will we probably see either one of those two. So, just really quickly, I mean, is there anything in college that you're looking forward to, or any teams that you want to root for or put on your back?
I mean, I root for Alabama all the time.
And I know, but this year you can't. They ain't going nowhere. So.
I mean, it's true. They're probably not going anywhere. But I mean, there's still more games to play. They could jump up. Teams could lose.
2-loss team.
It's doable. I just think that Alabama is still people are like saying, "Oh, they're not relevant anymore." Look at their losses. They lost from a field goal. And they lost from, was it another field goal that they lost?
They lost a field goal to Tennessee and then extra point loss to LSU. Both of them on the road against top 10 teams. So
I think this is just a rebuild, retool year for Bama. I think Georgia is like the new Clemson, though. I think Georgia's going to be like, how Clemson has had a run for a good time now. I think Clemson is dying down, and Georgia's like the new hot school to go to. Like this is my comparison: is Alabama is Coke, and the other team that's good that year is Pepsi. So Georgia is Pepsi, in my opinion. So Pepsi is doing better than Coke this year. But if there's any team I'm rooting for, I mean, I like this little run the Georgia Bulldogs are on. They got a good little squad. I like to see the talent that comes from there. TCU has always been like, I don't know, maybe it's because of the colors and stuff. I think it's cool to see them in there.
Yeah.
Kind of fucking around with the fourth spot. Who are the other two teams? Ohio State and Michigan, right?
Yeah, one of us gonna lose.
Yeah, someone's got to lose there.
One of us gotta lose that game.
I think if there's any team I'd be rooting for, it's to be in the same boat as you. I want to
Go
go for
blue, baby. Go
I
blue.
like Harbaugh. I like what he does. He recruits well,
Yeah.
regardless if he's like top 10 every year. Like the school is making a run all the time, and they produce talent. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson, the rightful number 1 pick, went to. He's a good player. They're doing some cool things over there, and I don't know. Maybe I just really hate Ohio State too. I just can't stand the Ohio State.
The asshole Ohio State.
I'm always going to be a USC fan, though. I'm always rooting for USC too.
They're ranked 7th right now. They're 9-1. They won 3 in a row. Caleb Williams is looking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. The best wide receiver coming out this draft. Where does he go to school at?
USC, of course. Your theory. So when you said it first, I was like, man, I'm thinking, man, I don't want to think about no West Coast team. I'm thinking SEC, like Alabama got wide receiver U. They got Judy. LSU got all these boys. Ohio State got all these boys. And then I was like, let me actually look and think about it. I'm like, dog, USC be producing receivers.
They do, and they come out recruited high every time. They come out like top.
They do. So, I mean, Drake London plays in an offense that does not allow you to be a good receiver. So
true. That is true.
But no, I'll give you that. No, like Lincoln Riley, he's got his shit together. I gotta give if we're doing apologies, LSU, what's that coach's name? That came from Notre Dame.
Whatever, he's a clown.
He got that team looking right. I thought it was gonna be a massive failure.
I didn't think it was
but
bad.
They're 8-2 is 6 seed right now in college football. I don't think TCU, I feel like college football until I think they go into the 12-team model like in a year or two, in 2 years. Until they do that, they're gonna keep always trying to force a Cinderella story into the 4th seed. Cincinnati 1 year, Washington 1 year. I'm trying to think, so like a couple other teams. I don't think TCU could hold a candle to Michigan, Ohio State, or Georgia, or Tennessee, or LSU, or USC, or Alabama, or Clemson for that matter. So I think it's a good story, but I don't think. I mean, they play against Big 12 teams, and Big 12 they're just trash, bro.
Here's a question for you. I got. Do you think Jimbo Fisher's on the hot seat?
Oh, all this shit that happened over the summer with him and Saban, for him to come out and lay an egg like this with the top recruiting class and all the money that he said that he's paying his players, or it was being reported. No, but damn, it's a bad season. Like their offense can't do shit. But I don't think they'll put him on a hot. I mean, Jimbo is still Jimbo. I mean, I always look at certain coaches as kind of like untouchable unless they just go 0-10. Saban, Jimbo, Dabo, Harbaugh. They like Harbaugh lost to Ohio State and Michigan State like every year for like 7 years, and they did not fire him. They kept giving him extensions. The thing about
it works. And how long has Michigan program been kind of bad since the Rich Rodriguez's and all those dudes that were there? They had to get it right, and that was working. And then when he said, "I'm going to leave to go coach the NFL again," they were like, "Whoa, we'll pay you. It's working over here. Please stay."
Now look, after he beats Ohio State last year, he leverages that to almost take a job with Minnesota, only to come back and be 10-0 again. So you got to give Harbaugh his credit. He knows what the hell he's doing. He's recruited a team and finally has a team that could be on the field that could compete with an Ohio State that can probably run with a Georgia. We'll see. Georgia outclasses last year, but we're gonna see what we do this time around. But yeah, if I had, obviously I'm cheering for Michigan. I think Alabama's on the outside, way outside looking in. If I had like a dark horse that I could like cheer for, it'd be probably like LSU or something. But like I think it's gonna come down to whoever wins between us and Ohio State. And then you got Georgia, right? And then TCU, to me, they're going to get leapfrogged by either Tennessee or LSU. That's just how I see it. So I think if they get leapfrogged by Tennessee, and then the SEC will have.
But Tennessee has 2 losses, or LSU has 2 losses. So does Bama, man.
LSU is 6th.
What's Bama, 8th?
8th.
Both have 2 losses. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but LSU beat Alabama.
I know, but what if LSU loses this week and Bama wins?
Listen, all I know is that the top 4 teams are 10-0. If they all hold serve, then they'll probably keep that the same, depending on who Tennessee plays and how they play. Because to me, Tennessee is out between Tennessee, LSU, USC, and Bama. Tennessee is the most likely to jump TCU for that 4th spot
I
because
would
they
say
want
so.
to give they want to give that kid the Heisman, Herndon or whatever his name is, the 24-year-old quarterback for Tennessee. I think they want to give him the Heisman this year, so they're gonna try to make a way for them to get to the playoffs. Again, that's the problem with college football is that this shit is voted by just regular ass old people. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like all the decisions in this country is made by old people between the age of 55 and 80 in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, but that's besides the point. Anyway,
Last question. Last question.
yeah,
Let's stick to our school. We have a we have an opening for a head coach. Who do you want? Who do you think, and who do you want?
give me Jim Levitt back.
Oh, I want that too, but it ain't gonna happen.
I went to the game this past Saturday, man. We suck, man. Yo, it's crazy because like I work, I have a couple of my newer coworkers that I work with now. A couple of them went to UCF, right? And they're a little bit younger, Gen Zers or whatever. They don't know what we used to do to UCF back in the day. They don't get it. We used to own that shit. And now it's like they laughing at us. They in the Big 12 now. We got UAB, FAU, and all these other random ass schools joining our conference. We've won one game this season against the HBCU, and that's it. that's all we got. And
So who do you want? Who's the
I
head
want
coach you
Jim
want?
Levitt. I heard word on the street, a heavy candidate is the dude from FAMU, actually, their head coach. Also, Plant High School's former head coach is a hot name too. I don't know. This is your city, so I forgot his name, but the
I don't
guy
know.
that was winning them championships.
That's a weird one.
That's a
What about
hey.
what about
Jeff
Scott
Saturday
Frost?
got a job in the NFL.
What about Scott Frost and stick it to UCF?
I don't want no damn Scott Frost. To be very honest with you, I want a somebody from the state of Florida who has ties to the state of Florida, and preferably I want somebody who looks like Willie Taggart. If you catch my drift,
I get your drift. I'd
thank
be
you.
okay with that.
Because to
You
me,
know, you know, you know another hot take I heard that I've been like going through and just like seeing. Very hot,
don't say Deion
very
Sanders.
spicy. Huh?
Don't say Deion
Oh,
Sanders.
no, not Deion
Okay,
Sanders. Worse, very worse.
who?
John Gruden.
I did see that too. It's not really a hot take because John Gruden lives in Tampa. He
Yeah,
goes to USF basketball games all the time. So, and I refereed his son 10 years ago when his son was at Freedom High School. I refereed him. He was a quarterback. He was like 5'5" playing quarterback and had a deeper voice than both of us. It was crazy, but it's a hot take, but not really. I really think he would actually take that job. And I don't know why he would take that job. Because to me, after everything has come out with everything, it's like, look, man, if they got a hold of my emails and text messages, I'll probably get fired too. Like, damn. I don't think Gruden's a bad dude, but I think he's just a 55-year-old white dude that's just how he speaks. I don't think he really thought any harm. I don't think he's racist though, but I don't think USF will go that direction. I think they need to go get a young, Willie Taggart looking dude that and get a good coaching staff around him. Somebody who can recruit well in the state of Florida. And like, but think about it. What's his name just made the USF Hall of Fame? Q. What's that? What's his name? Quentin Flowers. Fantastic quarterback at college, right? We need that kind of energy back at USF because I can't be seeing these UCF Knights talking all that shit anymore. I'm done. I can't.
me either, man. I
I
can't
get
either.
mad. I
All
get
right,
mad.
next subject. Next subject.
I mean, not really a subject. Is the World Cup's coming up. You know, You know,
I'm excited. I don't know
it's
about you, but
exciting. It's very exciting. So it's like, I don't know what to make. I wish Nigeria was playing. I can't. Typically, for me, in order of teams I cheer for, Nigeria #1, Brazil #2, England #3, and then the United States #4. Don't crucify me, y'all. I was born in England. I'm Nigerian, and my favorite soccer player of all time is Ronaldinho. So that's why. So don't crucify me. But there we go. You think USA can do anything this year?
Bro, hot take. And me and Sammy and Vic have been talking about this a lot. We think USA can knock off England. Their pool is kind of strong or kind of weak.
Wales, Iran, Iran, and England. They'll beat Wales next week Monday for sure.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if God, what's his face? Gareth Bale's going to be. We don't know how he's going to play. Touché. If he's playing like he did last World Cup, kiss our asses goodbye, man. That kid was
Wales is like I don't know, but all right. So right now the odds, Vegas has Brazil as the favorite.
Brazil's team looks really good, and they're
plus
healthy.
400. Mm-hmm. The U.S. middle of the pack. We're middle of the pack favorite right now.
All I said, hot take, is they can beat England, is what I said.
That's fine.
I don't think the U.S. is going to win the World Cup. That'd be the most shocking thing in the world ever in sports if they win. That would be the biggest U.S. victory. Maybe bigger than the world wars we won, bro. It might be bigger than that. I'm just saying.
No. We have money and technology. We dropped Nagasaki bombs and shit. Nah, it'll be bigger than the miracle. The miracle when we beat USSR back in the. Dog, we won hockey against Russia.
It'll be bigger than that for sure.
We won hockey against Russia. That's big.
This would be huge if they won the World Cup. But
they're not winning the World Cup. England.
They're not.
England right now is at plus 800. They're fourth in the odds right now. So it goes Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Spain. I would love to see Lionel Messi win one. I
want Ronaldo to win one. I would love that.
Shit, man, Ronaldo. I'm a Manchester United fan.
I'm a Ronaldo fan, and fuck Manchester United the way they're doing this boy. Why go get him? Why go get him?
I'm a Messi fan, so I'm
not a Messi fan, and he plays for my club.
I want my dog Messi to go win one this year. So let's go. Let's go, Lionel.
It would be nice. Argentina is a good favorite to win.
They're second right now.
Yeah, I think Brazil's. If we've been talking about this all week, me, Vic, and Sammy.
We gotta bring them on next week.
Huh?
We gotta bring them on next week because the first game was Sunday or Monday, right?
The 20th is the first game.
Yes, Sunday. Yeah.
But if France was completely healthy, they'd be scary. They'd be very, very scary.
Yeah, they're third. They're third. So it goes Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Spain. Yeah. Germany's always scary too.
Germany has a scary team this year. They're younger and retooled, so they're pretty scary too. I'm trying to think of other teams we were talking about. The African teams aren't as strong this year, though. We were looking at that.
Yeah, Ghana's not going to be that great. Cameroon's not going to be that great. Nigeria's not going to be playing.
Cameroon might be a scary one.
I don't know, man.
I got to look at the pools they're in to see where they're at, where they rank.
If you look at like all the teams on the bottom as far as like the unfavorites, it's literally Saudi Arabia, Iran, Qatar, Ghana, Cameroon, Morocco, like all these Middle Eastern and African teams. They got Tunisia, like none of them. They got all of them being bad.
but every year an African team does pretty well, so they always shock the world.
Yeah, because typically they have like a Didier Drogba, or they got like a Ghana's always had those two brothers.
Sano's there too, so he'll be playing. They was scared that he wouldn't play, but he's going to be available in the World Cup. But yeah, there's always an African team that does something, and I always enjoy that. But we're not going to have some big name players that are playing in soccer right now, like what's his face, the dude that's scoring all the goals for Man City.
Yeah. Holland. or
Holland, yeah.
yeah.
Playing. And why am I drawing? Mo Salah won't be playing. So there's gonna
Salah's
be a
not
lot of big.
playing.
Nah, Egypt didn't qualify.
Oh, duh, I knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
yo,
lot of teams that
Holland,
didn't
yo,
qualify.
Holland is shit, he the best player in the world right now.
We won't be seeing Zlatan either with Sweden. They're not gonna be qualified either. So
We're not seeing Nigeria, but it's just a bad World Cup.
yeah.
Bad World.
No, it's
The
gonna be
high,
interesting.
the highest rated as far as odds African team is Senegal. They're like 2 spots ahead of USA, 1 spot ahead of Mexico.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly excited for the World Cup. I can't wait. But if
You,
I had to
you,
be a
you,
betting man and pick the team,
what places show the World Cup? We gotta go watch that shit. We gotta go watch the game somewhere.
I used to have watch parties at my house for it because it's on during the day.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah,
be,
yeah, because of the time difference. Yeah, I
yeah,
gotta
because
look because I don't know. The USA Wales game is boring. I wish the USA England game was like on a Saturday or something like that. But I don't think it is.
Gareth Bale though. You get Gareth Bale there, man. He's pretty freaking raw for what he just won a US Cup or whatever they call it.
Everybody can do that.
Hey man, last World Cup that guy was insane.
No, either way, it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have fun with it. People want me to do a pool. I don't know. Are you doing any pools this year?
I mean, I'd like to get in one. I love soccer, so trying to get in one would be dope.
Hey, listen, Tony, we gotta get you on next week.
What would be if you had to pick your final four? What would it be?
Shit, I gotta look at the. I don't even know who is in what divisions. That's hard to tell. Let's look at the pool. I mean what's the World Cup bracket? So let's look at the bracket. We're doing a bracket challenge like it's damn NCAA. Lord. All right. Based on this, I'm okay with that. Based on this bracket that they have here, if I had to pick a final four, God, this is tough. Let's see. Up there, none of those teams. Argentina. God, Spain or Brazil or Germany. That's a tough one right there. I say Argentina, Germany, France, Argentina, Germany, France, and that part of the bracket's pretty easy. I want to say Belgium. No, Uruguay.
Belgium's always sneaky.
Belgium's always sneaky. That's why I said them. But
you're gonna leave Brazil out of there?
Yeah, Brazil ain't making
it. I said Brazil, France,
because Argentina. The thing about Brazil is that they let you. They will let you down.
They do, but I think this year two guys are going out and Silva and Dani Alves. It's their last hoorah. Neymar might be his last. We don't know. He's a fucking wild card all the time with everything that he says and does. He's kind of like the Kyrie Irving of soccer to me.
Yeah.
And I say Brazil, France, Argentina, and I kind of have Belgium too.
I think what's going to happen. I think Germany will beat Brazil. I think Argentina would beat whoever comes out of that one. Shit, Netherlands. It'd probably be Netherlands. Yeah. Give me Argentina, Germany, Belgium, and France. Put this, mark this down. I said it. Hey, y'all trying to win some money? I just gave y'all the final four. You're welcome. All right,
let's wrap up this show. Let's do our pick'ems.
Let's start with first of all, how much am I winning by? Like 7, 8 picks now?
No, I think you're winning by like 2 or 3.
That's it. We had a lot of differences last week. I gotta look at these standings. Hey, we want an update on the standings, A-Rod. We want an update. Anyway.
I'll make a cute little graphic. Don't worry. And I'll put your face on it.
Thursday night football. Titans versus Packers. Titans somehow probably gonna be the number one team in the AFC again. It's crazy. And then we got the Packers coming off of a very important victory. Games at Lambeau. Who you got?
Going Packers.
Good job. Me too. I'm sorry. I don't care about the Titans. I don't care what they accomplished. To me, they're just a joke. They'll get the number one seeding and lose again, just like they always do. All right. This is a game of teams that are under 500, but things are kind of looking up for both of them if you pay attention. Bears at Falcons. Weird one, right? Bears at Falcons.
What's the Bears' record?
They're 3-6, if I'm not mistaken.
Falcons are 4-6.
The Falcons are 4-6. They're a game behind the Bucks, or a game and a half since they lost. And then the Bears are 3-6. No, Bears 3-7. I'm sorry, 3-7.
I'm gonna go Falcons
on a 3-game losing streak. The Bears, all these points they're scoring on a 3-game losing streak. I'm going with the Falcons too. I think the Falcons defensively they look okay. They're going to control the ball as well. So I'll go, especially with them being home. I'll take the Falcons. All right, we got a couple struggling teams again that had high expectations. The Rams at the Saints.
God, I like both teams. I'm going Rams.
I'm going to go with the Saints. The game's in New Orleans and there's no Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford has looked horrendous this year. I gotta go with whoever Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston. I don't really care. I gotta go with the Saints. Raiders at Broncos. Another struggling with two teams. Division game. 2-7 versus 3-6. 2-7 versus what is it? Yeah, 3-6.
Broncos won last time, right?
Maybe.
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna go Raiders this time.
Raiders on the road?
Yeah.
I thought the Raiders were gonna blow out the Colts last week, so I'm damn, Broncos country, let's ride. Yeah, screw it. I'm going on a limb. Broncos country, let's ride. I'm going with Russell Wilson. And this is, to me, I don't know how they're going to win this game, but the game's in Denver, Mile High. You know, maybe they'll be out of breath. I don't know. Who knows? All right, last one. 8 Chains, Kirk Cousins versus Dakota Prescott. The game's in Minnesota. 8-1 Minnesota, by the way, versus the 6-3 Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken.
Home game.
Home game for Minnesota.
I'm going Vikings.
Wow. I can't do that. It's hard for me to do that. Like, I really want the Vikings to win, but at the same time, I don't want them to win. This is very conflicting for me because we're both 8-1 now. So I'm like, damn, now I got a competition, right? But Cowboys, I'm going with the Cowboys. They won with Cooper Rush last year against the same Vikings team. So with Dak Prescott, I just have to assume that they're not going to lose 2 games in a row. Whoever made the schedule, though, kind of screwed the Cowboys over to go to Lambeau Field and then Minnesota back-to-back weeks. It's kind of messed up, but I got to go with the damn. Yeah. With the Cowboys, I can't pick the Cowboys. I'm going with the Vikings. Damn, they about to be 9-1. Nah, I can't go with the Vikings.
You want the Vikings?
I want the Cowboys. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I want the Cowboys to actually win that game. So I'm going with the Cowboys versus the Vikings. So we are. There's going to be 3 games. We're about to make some movement this week. One of them I'm not too confident about. Actually, all 3 of mine I'm not confident about. But I'm just feeling myself, so I'm just making my decisions.
What it is, man. Lock them in. We got them. I'll make a graphic for it. We'll see it. I'll put.
All right. What you got? Give me the drop, bro. Give me the drop.
All right. So if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
If you want to follow us, y'all definitely want to follow us. Can you please restart that comment? Restart that sentence right now.
you do want to follow us, and you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at fair_weather_pod, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We have handles. You can search us for Fair Weather Podcast, the Fair Weather Podcast. Anywhere you subscribe or listen to podcasts, you can find the audio there as well.
If y'all want some good advice, some good insight, some good conversation, just go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share this with your best friend, your pillow talk friend, your side piece, your whomever. Just
don't be constituting that.
Just
Side piece. Don't do that.
share the podcast. Put it on your page. Put it on your story. Do what you got to do. All right, we know what the hell we're talking about around here. All right,
we repost you, so
we will repost you. Fly Eagles fly. JETS Jets.
Just enjoy the
words of wisdom. Yeah. Do better.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth and do better. Adios.